Hey guys, Deathcrank here, and welcome to the very first episode of anime history. It was supposed to be Shiryo, but I didn't want to make you guys wait anymore for a video, so I'm doing a very small, brief one on Mika from Seraph of the End. This goes all the way back to before ancient Greece, when the first was blamed for the god's mistake. This evidently killed Mika, which leads to the current events of the story. Yu is a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone of the experimental bodies used for the Angel Project, being done by the first vampire ever. This is all so he can hopefully resurrect his son and punish the gods and or kill them. We move forward in time to around 2004, May 1st. The new reincarnation of Mika is born. Sometime later, we learn he is being abused and thrown out of a car, which is what brought him to the Hyakuya orphanage. By 2012, at the age of 8, he met Yu, his best friend and brother. December 25th, on Christmas, marks the start of the catastrophe that killed all adults. This forces Mika and Yu and the entire family of the orphanage to move into the vampire sanctum by force. We jump in time to when he starts selling himself for Farrod's personal blood bank. This is all so he can plan the escape of his friends and family stuck at the Vampire Nation. We all know how this works out if you've seen the anime. They all get brutally killed except for Yu, who was planned to escape by all the higher powers and all the higher demons and vampires and whatever the fuck you want to call them at this point. Mika gets transformed into a vampire to save his life, but is a partial transformation since he refuses to feed on humans and become what he hates. 2 years later, in 2018, Mika saw the horrible experiments conducted by humans called the Seraph of the End Project. He is unaware of the fact that it was the first who started the project a vampire. This leads him to start looking for Yu harder and more intensely than he was before. The year is 2020 when Mika meets up with Yu for the first time. This is all after a routine attack on the city goes wrong. Yu cuts him through after he sees what he presumes is another vampire attacking Gurren. After Mika realizes it's Yu, he immediately says he's going to save him. Farrod made a joke that he could turn Yu into a vampire, which sends Mika into a small rage fit as he threatens to murder him, which Mika promptly follows through with after Farrod attacks Yu. He cuts off Farrod's arm in retaliation for trying to attack Yu and kill him. Mika tries to stop Yu's rage from the Seraph of the End angel form, but he fails. Shinoa is the one who saves him. So let's take a time to skip to the current events. After all, this episode is supposed to be a shorter one, not as long as the Shiryo video. Mika gets cut in half. He is dying in Yu's arm. Ashura Maru sees the Black Sun come into being, signaling the creation of the strongest demon in history. Mika turns into a fresh demon, not bound by a sword yet. We see his realm is that of his past being kept alive by the old human emotions and desires he has. He travels through memories in the universe he created. We see Mika wants to protect Yu and his human self. Shortly after this, Ashura Maru and the rest of the ancient Greece Black Gear squad attack Mika. While this is happening, Yu, Shinoa, Gurren, and the others mount a rescue party to make sure Mika doesn't end up in the first's hands. Mika is fighting all of the other demons and starts to lose, slowly being beat down and tortured. Mika calls out for Yu after being psychologically tortured by Ashura or Ashura Maru. This causes Yu to frantically enter Mika's world. He tells Ashura Maru he is going to kill him if he's hurting Mika. We see Yu basically rip a hole through Ashura Maru, trying to grab at Mika. The other demons grab Mika, and Yu springs into action against Ashura. It is implied that Yu kills him, because his presence fades from this world. This is all after we see Yu in his angel form. A few moments later, lightning strikes right behind Mika and the other demons as Yu starts to fight. Man, this is starting to sound like a Yu video, but bear with me please. During this fight, Yu easily destroys them all. He walks over to grab Mika, telling him he's gonna be okay. Mika then vanishes, starting to toy with Yu. This starts the mental battle of Mika accepting Yu as his Zanpakuto wielder. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Wrong series. Mika ponders who he is or what Yu is, after seeing the world of warped false souls filled with black suns and memories. This gives Yu enough time to get near Mika. This leads to a fight between them, Yu losing, giving Mika the chance to rip into his heart. This means he can see memories and desires of Yu. We see Mika's disposition change when he saw that Yu is suicidal. He reaches his hand out saying he wants to protect Yu. Mika attempts to dig deeper into Yu's subconscious, but Yu then stabs him from behind. Seeing the agony in Mika's heart, they both declare, after a quick scene of them sharing the same trauma and regrets over what happened in the past, that they're going to save each other. This is a perfect mirror of them when they were alive and kids. This is when we see Yu talking to the original Mika corpse. Mika watches as Yu was murdered and then reborn by one of the vampires / soon-to-be demons that just attacked him in his inner world. Right as this happens, he gets struck by his father, trying to put him to sleep. Before this is successful, Yu calls him into his inner world. This is when Mika becomes Yu's black cursed gear. Right after they get used to each other, Yu feeds him his desires, allowing them to severely wound the first. This gives them enough time to escape back to reality. This is currently where the story is at, in the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching the test video of anime history. I appreciate it. If there's anything you want to see in this video format that I didn't cover in this, please let me know. I'm always open to critiques and other things for these videos.